Alright, so let's hop on to the forms of Thwomp's Backroom Ball, and, well, everything else will come together in terms of the majority of the extras of how this game offers us to. So, and of course I'm going to be by myself, along with 3 computer players, so this time I might as well go for Wario, and computer players wise we'll go for Waluigi, Mario, and of course Luigi. But let's do things a little bit slightly different, is because I'm going to be going on hard difficulty, just in case I'm up for the challenge. If not, then I might as well get butt kicked already. So anyway, so we have 2 different extra boards that we can choose from, which are Mega Board Mayhem, Mini Board Mad Dash, and also 2 other games, which is Panel Panic and Challenge Book Squirm. And these 2 mini games right there, they are unlockable by the way, which I'll show that off until later on. So first of all, let's hop on to the forms of Mega Board Mayhem. This board was designed by Thwomp. Get mega sized and grab a lot of coins. And you start with 100 coins, whoever has the most coins at the end wins. So basically you can either set up to either 10 turns, 20 turns, or 30 turns. You know, very similar to the minigame stadium from the likes of Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2. So rather than just able to collect some stars, instead you collect coins. However, unlike in minigame stadium, between 1 and 2, basically you would able to actually participate in a minigame after each turn has been passed. So because of this though, there aren't any minigames involved in this board. Well, it wasn't until whenever we get into the second board that we might occasionally come across into a minigame, to be more specifically the Bowser minigames to be more specifically, which we'll talk more about that once we get into this. And I somehow went last, so I guess there goes my, you know, really good dice roll ever since the party boards. So either way though, things will be expected by that point, so oh well, no matter. Then of course we start things off with 100 coins as opposed to 10 coins, which to be expected by this point. So either way though, yeah, that's as far as I can say about it. Even though, unfortunately though, I can't seem to able to change my settings as you can see, because after all, the actual text message speed is actually like normal speed. So I can't set this on fast message speed turned on, so I was have to stuck with it. So anyway, not much else to say in terms of the, you know, this particular Mega Board Mayhem board. It's pretty simple for the most part. It's just the fact that you weren't able to utilize with the item system, to be more specifically with the Mega and Mini system. Like, to be more specifically, if you come across into the forms of the item shop, that basically that Thwomp over there managed able to ask you to buy one of these items, and these items are randomly selected depending on what shop you're able to entering into. So in this case, Mario got himself a Sparky sticker. And basically, well, we'll point it out when he uses that. So even then though, and I got a 5 to begin with, and I would like to buy something in here, but I'm gonna save it up. So anyway, let's see if I can get a Mega Mushroom from here. Ah, darn it. I just got myself some mini mushroom. So, few things I want to explain for this point today is the fact that obviously today's day is of course the 22nd of May today, in this case in 2021, and it looks like that we've almost there to the forms of June, in this case the biggest month of the year. Most notably because of E3 coming up, and also more game announcements, which I'm super excited about after the disappointment of the last year was. But either way though, let's not get ahead of ourselves for the forms of that specific year anymore, just because we are still move on. So anyway, right, let's see what Waluigi's gonna buy. Super Mini Mushroom, so I guess that's pretty obvious. Oh yeah, and by the way, something's worth mentioning is the fact that, as you can tell, there aren't any mini-games to be triggered after the turn is over and done with, which as you can tell from that little capture screen itself. And it looks like Mario's now going to be placing the Sparky sticker in the exact same place as what the space he was in. However, if someone managed able to actually touch that, depending on what form you go to, like to be more specifically, if you're trying to able to touch the Sparky sticker in normal size, like, you know, not to be able to actually access to any other items, then basically you lose 10 coins. If you're a Mega form, you shrink back into its normal size, and then basically you also lose 10 coins. And finally, for the Mini Mushroom, you grow back into its normal size, and as a result, also lose 10 coins as well. So keep that in mind, and there's no way you can able to avoid that, unless if you're trying to utilize the warp pipe, and you're able to avoid that trap. So, speaking of items in these boards, predictably with this board along with the next board later on, basically some of these items will not make it appear in any forms of this board due to the fact that there aren't any stars to get. So in this case, the only items that we don't able to actually get is Thwomp Call and also the magic lamp and even the boost crystal ball. I'm not exactly sure if the mini mega hammer was involved in this, but even then though, it has been donkey's years since I actually last touched upon this board, ever since about 10 years ago for now. But even then though, because of that though, I haven't really replayed that much in terms of the extra room, to be honest with you, even though there's actually some cool minigames here and there, like I said before, with the actual Bob-Omb X in. So yeah, but it looks like Waluigi got zapped, and basically that he grows back into its normal size and he loses 10 coins. So, but nonetheless though, he can still able to move forward. So because of that though, it's nothing like, let's just say the Bob-Ombs from the likes of Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 7. Or to be more specifically, I would say Mario Party 7, that it will actually, oh actually, no way, scratch that. It's actually both Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 7 for that Bob-Omb Orb item, that you will able to actually waste your movements. So, yeah, that's something worth noting for. So anyway, darn it, I just got myself a red space, that's just terrific. Now, if you couldn't tell already, I managed able to set my turns into 10 turns as opposed to 20 turns, because normally speaking, I wasn't expecting if I was going to able to try to do, well, you know, 20 turn game, but because there's not much else to say in terms of the forms of this board, along with the next board, when we show this off later, because of that though, this board is really simple. Like, basically, not much gimmicks involved, and especially noticeable with no board hazards to be found. It's just the fact of the matter is though, it is very similar to Minigame Stadium from both Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2. Except the notable difference now is that you now use the items in this game as opposed to in Mario Party 1 and 2 Minigame Stadium, that you can't use items and stuff like that. So, and also depending on what spaces you land on, in this game in particular, it does manage to affect the amount of coins. Like, you know, lose 3 coins if you land on red, and you get 3 coins if you land on blue space, and vice versa. So even then though, everything else will be expected by that point. So, alright, so let's see what Mario's gonna buy. He's gonna buy another super mini mushroom, kind of thing about it. So, yeah, there's not much else to tell from this point. I suppose another thing I should probably point things out as well is the fact that someone said to me during the course of, let's just say, when Sonic has done Mario Party 3, that he's expecting about the fact that if you do manage to get all S ranks of the actual, you know, that mountain heads in new forms of Mario Party 3, once you complete the story mode in any character, that you're expected to be able to actually get something rewarding if you get all the S ranks in every single board stages in, well, let's just say some of these characters in general, that you're expecting to get themselves the golden face, right? Well, no, you get nothing if you do that, besides bragging rights, so... Alright, so it looks like Luigi's gonna do a lottery shop, and as you can tell, they don't give you the actual lottery lucky ticket because, well, obviously there aren't any stars, so because of that though, you're bet for coins, so... Now, I believe out of all the 2 boards we're going to be able to expect to play through, this is the only board to able to feature a lottery shop, whilst compared to the forms of the second board, that it does not feature the lottery shop either. So because of this though, and also to top it all off, there aren't any Bowser spaces in this board either. Well, it wasn't until the second board that we will come across into a couple of Bowser spaces, mainly with the forms of that deadliest long stretch in terms of red spaces in general, which we'll point it out whenever we play that board, so... But yeah, that's as far as I can say about this board. It's just very simple and self-explanatory if you manage to get used to with the actual whole thing, so... As you can see, I was literally off by... I get the feeling that Mario's gonna flatten me. Or no, maybe he's gonna flatten Waluigi. I keep thinking I was playing as Waluigi for some reason, but somehow I'm playing as Wario because, well, ever since in Goomba's Greedy Gala board, that basically he really wants to get a whole bunch of coins for himself. Let's double check on the item shop quickly to see if there's any items in stores. I weren't able to save it up, but nah, whatever. We'll just try to purchase the spiky sticker. And also not to mention though is the fact that I'm pretty sure this board does not have any hidden blocks to be found. So I was expecting if they are able to include hidden blocks, apart from the fact that it does contain either 20 coins or a star. But of course that does not seem the case on this board, so... Oh well, no big deal. But let's see what Luigi's gonna buy. He's gonna buy a warp pipe. So and also another thing I was want to point out as well, that also you notice that ever since in yesterday, that Miitopia for the Nintendo Switch has recently released yesterday, and I haven't checked the actual reviews of that game just yet though, on the Switch version, but as far as I can tell, that the presentation value is actually a little bit more high quality in comparison to the 3DS's quality, just because obviously this is on HD, you know, high definition console this time around, so expecting that the visuals do look a little bit more nicer than the forms of the 3DS counterparts, but usually that's as far as you can definitely can tell with the actual comparisons in between the two, so... Alright, so Mario gets a 5, and a 4 makes 9. So, it's a pretty good roll for Mario, I have to admit. And let's see what item he's gonna purchase. Well, assuming if we have to go for the slow, you know, text boxes here and there. But, he's gonna purchase a Super Mini Mushroom, so... yeah, that's as far as I can say about it. Alright, so let's see how I can usually just... Although I was expecting it to use my item, but of course Luigi might able to actually skip my trap, so I was gonna have to save it up. So, at least I got a 10 though, so that should be alright for me. And potentially speaking, I'm also able to actually just place my spiky sticker until the next turn, so I think that might be part of a plan. And Luigi lands on the red space, so I was expecting if he was going to land on that. And Waluigi gets a 9, so... But again, there's not much else I can say, it's just the fact that matters though. I don't feel like able to count this board as if I was trying to win this. It's just for the sake of the forms of, you know, just for a bit of a distraction, I should say. So because of this though, yeah, that's as far as I can say about this board, so... Although I will say, I do like the music in these boards though, it kind of feels like, well, I don't know, kind of reminds me of the forms of something like, well, I don't know what try to explain about this right now, just because it's been, again, donkey's years since I actually last touched upon this board, ever since, like, you know, a couple of years ago now, so, yeah, I must admit though, I do apologize that the actual commentary itself gets a bit, you know, meh, for the most part, mainly it's because of the fact that I was expecting if I was trying to mention something new, but most of the time though, it's just the fact that there's not much else to tell. Alright, where is, okay, so even then though, Luigi's almost going close, so in this case I'm going to have to place my spiky sticker just almost at the very beginning of the board. At least I'm hoping I really refuse to able to actually just warp back, or in this case if I was trying to... Ah, seriously? I always get rubbish rolls, but regardless of such though, at least I got the Mega Mushroom at least. So I was expecting if someone else can able to actually just get a low number, and then, oh, does Luigi might able to land on my trap? Oh, close enough. But I get the feeling that he might screw me up and do that at some point later on though, because either way though, he knows what it is when it comes to harder computer players and stuff like that, so... Alright, so it looks like that Waluigi's gonna use the Super Mini Mushroom, so just in case you're able to... Oh, that's a really bad roll for Waluigi right there. Although, mind you, I'm also able to use my, you know, Mega Mushroom, just trying to able to flatten Waluigi, even though Mario managed to get away from it, so because he got himself really good rolls right there, so despite the fact that he was in 4th at the moment. So, yeah, I do apologize for that because of how the fact that I, belched, so I do apologize for that. It's still pretty disgusting though, but anyway. Alright, so let's go and use the Mega Mushroom, so I need to get ourselves a pretty good 2 dice rolls in particular. So let's see what I can get. 4, pretty bad, but I got a 10, so that should be alright for me. And now it gives me 14. Pretty good roll, I have to say, even for especially noticeable if I was trying to able to, you know, trying to flatten someone, like, you know, Waluigi for instance. And here we go on to the last 2 turns already, and yeah, it looks like Luigi is definitely going to use the warp pipe. And also to top it off, he's going to switch it towards me, so because of this though, he's got the feeling that he's probably going to let me get zapped by my very own Sparky sticker, which I'm pretty sure he might able to do that though, but either way though, I'll try to able to avoid that just as long as I can possibly could. Even especially noticeable if I was trying to able to get, you know, the low rolls and all that stuff, but we'll see what happens there. Alright, so Waluigi's definitely going to use the normal mini mushroom for whatever reason, just for the sake of the forms of trying to able to get, you know, go for a bit, trying to able to get the Mega Mushroom, or just blue space in general, which as you can see on screen. Although, potentially speaking, I'm pretty sure that Waluigi's now in 4th place at the moment due to I just flattened him, so that should be alright for my part. Alright, so it looks like Mario's going to use the mini mushroom for some odd reason. And he's probably going to get a 4, so the actual number of the title. Seriously, we keep on mentioning about the forms of the exact same numbers in the title of the game, so... But trust me, it will continue that tradition whenever we get on to Mario Party 5, Mario Party 6, 7, and eventually 8, so... But as far as DS is concerned, well, we've pretty much already done that, so... Alright, so it looks like Mario's gonna land on the warp space right where Luigi is, because obviously he doesn't want to be flattened by, you know, Luigi's Mega Mushroom as far as I'm concerned. And I'm basically safe from here, but not for long, just because, well, I get the feeling that, yeah, Luigi's definitely gonna use the Mega Mushroom. I was expecting it that, I'm really hoping that he doesn't get a high roll. But if he does though, then I'm pretty much gonna be screwed. So 9, and... Oh, lucky you! So in addition to able to get double 9, so that means you're able to flatten me, but also he probably gets 10 bonus coins as well, so... Lucky green man. I mean, jeez. And he's probably... yeah, he's gonna flatten me. So, I was expecting that that's gonna happen. But at least he managed to get zapped by that, you know, the actual Sparky sticker. Even though it doesn't usually do that much, so... Well, at least I'm pretty much going to be on 2nd place from now on, so that's fine by me, because I said this before. This technically doesn't count as my victory, just because, well, much like the forms of, well, I would say it applies to the forms of the minigame stadium for both Mario Party 1 and 2, that most of the time, though, it's just a factor for some distractions or somewhat. I have no idea. But anyways, Mario gets 2 and 5 makes 7, so that seems like a good roll in terms of using the actual mini mushroom to begin with. So yeah, as far as playing these boards, as far as unlocking them, basically you just, well, unlock them straight away, so there's no need for able to actually get some unlockable methods. Ah, screw you, Red Space, screw you. I was off by 9 coins from Luigi. Like, I was literally that close, by able to actually just trying to land on blue spaces most of the time. So anyways, once all these turns are ended, then basically it tells us the tally results of how much coins everyone else has gotten throughout the board, and that's about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much how it usually goes. So, anyways, let's move on to the second board, which is Mini Board Mad Dash. So, this board was designed by Thwomp, much like the previous one. Go mini-sized and escape from danger. So in this case, we now have abundancy of not only of those red spaces, but quite a few Bowser spaces this time around. So this is definitely a little bit trickier than the forms of how it does it on this, the Mega Board Mayhem. So we can expect we can able to actually use the mini mushrooms a lot for the sake of this board. And as far as I've noticed is that I've already mentioned this before, this board does not have a lottery shop anywhere, so it's just 2 item shops, and as I said before, that this board does have Bowser spaces, so we definitely need to avoid those, while we really refuse able to lose a whole bunch of coins, or plenty of coins I should say. And in this case, I'm actually going first this time, and Waluigi's going last, so yeah, you can expect this much. So once again, we start off with 100 coins, just like the previous board. So yeah, not much else has changed from here, apart from the actual board layout is actually a little bit different. So, and the music is the same, so not much else changed from here. So aside from the fact that with the you know, different color schemes, because in the previous board it was summed up as like, you know, blue almost, whilst in this board it's almost like reddish or pink. So, which usually feels like some sort of like a color coordination. When it comes to likely for mini board Mad Dash, is more accurately the huge focus on that board is utilizing the mini mushrooms a lot, whilst in the forms of the previous boards that we did on Mega Board Mayhem, basically heavily utilizes the Mega Mushroom I should say. So in this case though, there's not much else to say here. Alright, so Waluigi gets the mini mushroom from the start, so that should be alright for Waluigi, I suppose. And I'm joined along with Mario and Luigi on the exact same blue space from that, so that's kind of convenient, that is. I should probably point things out as well, is the fact that, do you notice the game called The Simpsons Arcade Game? That usually has been made by Konami, of anything else like this. You know, the same company who responds to the forms of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up arcade game or something. Yeah, I believe The Simpsons Arcade Game is actually recently turned into 30 years old recently. So I can't even believe time itself just went flying by. And you know what else is also coming out during the course of 3 decades old? In terms of celebrating it, of course, it's pretty obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, and what else is about to due out from the likes of 30th anniversary of certain things? Oh yeah, Beauty and the Beast remake, oh no, not the remake, the Beauty and the Beast 1991 release, the 2D animated version. I almost get confused for that a second ago, just because it's the exact same name, but aside with the different actors, as well as the forms of the actual different presentation and stuff like that. So, but honestly, I think the original counterpart of Beauty and the Beast is probably one of the best Disney films. In fact, let me know in the comments below for the question of the day. What you think about the films of Beauty and the Beast, specifically 1991 original film, not the films of 2017 live-action remake, because I found a remake okay, but not the best. Not the best. Because obviously with it did messes up my nostalgia for a bit. Mainly it's because I'm used to with the forms of the animated version, because the animated version is more superior, just because of the forms of how well that film went back in the day, along with Aladdin and of course The Lion King. So yeah, that pretty much sums up in terms of what do I think about Beauty and the Beast original, because it still holds up even today. Especially noticeable after 30 years of release, then I can't believe it's been like 3 decades old. But anyway, oh yeah, what else is about to be getting ourselves the anniversary at some point soon, and of course we're able to expect that, you know, Crash Bandicoot will be 25 years old this year, which I think it already has been, mentioning about that, so expecting that we can able to still get hyped for Crash Bandicoot's, 25th birthday and stuff like that later on throughout the year. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring into ourselves a brand new game anytime soon, because obviously we've already got the other versions of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time recently, which are usually the Switch version and the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of you know, Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. And also same applies to the PC as well, so at least you got those at least. Yeah, because this particular point right there on the top right corner is gonna be filled to the brim with those red spaces, and it's gonna be quite impossible to try and able to avoid a lot of those red spaces and occasional Bowser spaces if we don't come across into a Bowser minigame, although more commonly of them all though, it is definitely still, you know, Mini Bowser and stuff like that, or Koopa Kid if you lived in America, so... Alright, so we got 2 and 4, so that makes 6 for Mario at least. What do I keep on thinking I was playing Mario for some reason? I'm still playing as Wario. Oh jeez, I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry. But anyway, it looks like Mario's gonna purchase the Super Mega Mushroom, so expecting that he would be able to try and flatten us. Well, expecting that he's definitely, well, avoids that specific, you know, endless amount of red spaces path, so that seems lucky for Mario right there. Alright, so Luigi's gonna use the Super Mini Mushroom in case if he wants to get himself a lot more dice rolls and all that stuff though, until he decides to move forward. 3 and 5 makes 8. Even though he might able to actually land on a red space though, so... yeah, this is quite ridiculously long with that path. But anyway. Ah, dang it, I think Waluigi lands on the Bowser space. I just noticed that already. Oh boy, let's see how this event is gonna brings out to be. And it is... oh jeez! Oh, you startled me again! Okay, anyway. So, yeah, it's Bowser game time. So, even then, no, this is the only time you can able to play mini-games in terms of these two boards. Because as far as I'm aware, the Bowser mini-games are the only ones you can play. And also, not to mention, though, there aren't, you know, that much in terms of, like, well... oh, what I'm trying to say to something. Oh yeah, there aren't any battle spaces to be found around here either, so because of that though, well, it wasn't until whenever we get onto Mario Party 5, 6, and 7, and 8 that things will change drastically due to the forms of the lack of battle spaces here and there. So yeah, expecting to be more excitement for the likes of, you know, to see those Let's Plays coming up, so... alright, so in this case we are playing Darts of Doom again, ever since in Bowser's Gnarly Party, so expecting we can play this minigame again, so let's see what Waluigi's gonna do. Well, he got 81 points, for I've noticing that for that score. Let's see if I can go higher than that from Waluigi right here, although I will try my best. Oh, dang it! Oh no, this is bad. Oh jeez, I'm done for. Ah, that was really awful right there. So yeah, if you manage to able to hit the Bowser's face on that dart, basically not only does this minigame finish within a quick second's notice, but also you lose instantly. So there goes my coins. I really do try, but because the cursor has gone a bit messed up and stuff like that, so because of that though, yeah, I think that's totally my fault. So in this case, do I lose half of my coins? Yep, I am. Oh, this is rough. That is really rough. Especially noticeable, it doesn't help about the fact that that cursor just managed to mess me up. Ah, dang it. Oh well, no big deal. But at least I got a 7 at least. Ah, dang it, another Bowser space. I think this board might tend to get a little bit slightly longer than the other board was, just because of Bowser spaces like this. Alright, let's see what is it going to be this time. Ah, drat. There goes my 15 coins as well. Oh, looks like I'm doing pretty rough on this board though. Well, regardless of such though, we don't need to worry about the stars or anything else like that, so it's just a matter of trying to get the ridiculous amount of coins as you can, so... oh jeez, oh jeez, okay. Alright, so Mario's gonna use the Super Mega Mushroom as long as he needs to get... oh, that's actually pretty top notch for Mario's roll. 8, 9, and 10 altogether makes 27, so that seems like a pretty good roll right there for Mario anyway. Even though the maximum you can go up to is of course 30 spaces if you get like 3 10s in a row, so that will be continuous that tradition, like even though ever since in Mario Party 2 for the Golden Mushroom, and same applies to Mario Party 3 for the Golden Mushroom, and the Super Mushroom from the likes of Mario Party 5, 6, 7, and the Thrice Candy of any sorts in Mario Party 8. And also the Triple Dice set from Mario Party DS. So, yeah, that's as far as I can usually try to tell for that point. Even though it's kind of a shame that those items doesn't function the same way every now and then in the ND-Cube Mario Party title, sadly, just because they more accurately become like simplified or something like that, like add additional more spaces here and there and all the other jazz. Like, I kind of wish they'll go back into its original roots for the sake of the forms of the actual like 1 to 10 dice block system, which I kind of wish that would be the case, but nope, because Hudson Soft has now, you know, no longer carry on doing the latest Mario Party games for this point, because it's now been taken over by, you know, ND-Cube, which I'm alright with that particular ND-Cube company, but it might not be the same as the old school Hudson Soft ones, as far as I'm concerned. But I digress. So at least I got 8 right here. At least I'll land on the blue space, but it doesn't really matter for me though, just because I somehow managed to keep on, you know, getting low numbers most of the time, but still, I can't deny by that, I'm afraid, so... Alright, so Mario's gonna purchase this Super Mega Mushroom right here, so just in case he can able to actually get, you know, some more dice rolls here and there, so at least expecting if so. And of course he lands on the red space as per usual. And let's see what Luigi gets. A 5. But yeah, that's as far as I can say in terms of those two boards, honestly. It's just the fact the matter is though, they are basically simple and self-explanatory if you get used to with the actual main mechanics of the game, to be more specifically with the Mega Mini system, as well as from that, you know, it's like a very simple straight lines or a simple shaped square shape or something like that. So, or even in this case, that, you know what that, well, let's just say the Mega Board Mayhem board, that for that particular shape, board design on that particular board, it does remind me like a waffle of something, because usually waffles are like, you know, just has some like square holes into them, even though it's almost like close enough, so 4, 4, and 6 makes 14, so yeah, that seems like a pretty decent number for Mario, even though he does manage to able to avoid a lot of red spaces later down the road, but at least that's something for Mario, right? And meanwhile, Luigi gets a 2, such as a really low number that he got. And of course he goes to mini mushrooms, so I guess that's pretty alright for Luigi, for the sake of time. And Waluigi gets a 5, so in this case though he'll land on the blue space. And now we go on to the last 2 turns. I think I should probably use my mini mushroom just in case if I don't want to go onto that specific red space path again. So I would like to able to get a new item, but I just need to be safe. So yeah, let's go for this through this mini pipe over here. And I should be okay as it goes by. So either way though, there's not much else to say about this for the most part, as I said earlier. But either way though, it knows what it is. So alright, so Mario's gonna get just the mini mushroom. Not much else to say there. So speaking of the mini mushroom, Luigi's gonna use his mini mushroom for himself. Although possibly he could potentially try to go for that, you know, the mini pipe itself as well, so expecting that he might go through there, so let's see. Oh, you idiot! At first I thought you were gonna go for that mini pipe just to make your way safe, but apparently you're an idiot by going the other way. Ah, I see what you're doing there. Anyway though, so let's see if Waluigi is gonna able to buy something from the shop. In this case though, he's probably gonna buy the warp pipe. So, anyway though. And I think, potentially speaking by that point, oh yeah, we got ourselves the warp space. In fact, this is actually the last time we're gonna be seeing the warp space, because, you know, with that little spring space, just because, well, until Mario Party 5, they managed to able to dish that warp space. Well, it wasn't until, whenever we get onto Mario Party 5, that things were able to start alternating due to the forms of, the capsule system, as far as I already mentioned about this several times already, so... Alright, so Mario's gonna use the mini mushroom to end things off. And I can't really tell what number he's gonna get, but we'll see what happens there. And he's gonna get a 4 to end things off from here. So I think in the end though, that I somehow managed able to get screwed on this board due to Darts of Doom basically, as well as the occasional mini Bowser stealing coins kind of stuff, so... Oh, son of a biscuit! Oh jeez. I was really hoping that mini Bowser were able to just steal Luigi's coins. I was really hoping for that. Oh, for the love of God! Why? Why? I just earned all of this! Oh, screw you, Mini Bowser. Screw you. Ah, no wonder why that you've been a totally forgotten character in the future Mario games every now and then. But still, that is so inconsistent right there. By able to actually steal not only Luigi's 30 coins, but same applies to my coins as well. Oh, I feel like I've been doubly screwed in here. Ah, thanks a lot, Mini Bowser. You just make me lose instantly. Ah, I really hate you. Anyway, that was it for Mini Board Mad Dash, and basically, Waluigi wins this. It's kind of weird that Luigi wins the previous, Luigi wins the previous board, and now Waluigi wins on this board, so... Kind of feels like the opposite victors when it comes to both Luigi and Waluigi throughout. But anyways, that's it for the 2 extra boards. They're fine. I mean, as long as they are usually a good distraction. But anyways, let's move on to the bonus minigames. To begin with, here we go with Panel Panic. Choose a panel from 1 through 9. Then everyone rolls a dice or rolls dice at the same time. The last one standing at the end wins. So basically, if you remember from the likes of Panels of Doom, from the likes of Bowser's Gnarly Party minigames, basically it's kind of like that, except the biggest difference is now, it's actually a lot shorter than the forms of how it does it on Panels of Doom. And also, we're actually going to be able to not only just trying to choose whatever numbers we're going to be hop into, like I'm going to choose 2, and look, everyone's here, including Bowser. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And basically all we have to do is just try to able to hope for the best, try to survive this minigame. So it looks like 6 players are out, so it's just me, DK, and Bowser is the remaining player. Oh, screw you, Bowser! Ah, I can't believe you actually screwed me up right there. But at least you did win anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. In fact, I might actually show this minigame off again, just in case if I was going to try my best to try to able to win this minigame. Even though, kind of thing about it though, it's actually really difficult to win this minigame just because it's all about luck and randomness at the same time as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much I can say about it. In fact, this minigame is actually the unlockable minigame, and I believe to unlock that is that you're going to have to play through Bowser's Gnarly Party board, and then if you come across into Panels of Doom minigame, basically you will able to actually unlock this minigame here. So, yeah, to be expected by that point, so... Alright, so I'm gonna choose 1 this time, so... Ah, damn it, Peach and Waluigi, you did mess me up. So it's just now, Mario and DK and Bowser is remaining, so... Let's see. Oh my god, Bowser wins again! He just wins again! What the heck? He never gives up, doesn't he? Like, he just got very lucky right there. Lucky 7 that he lands on. Oh man, I'm quite surprised that Bowser never falls off in Panel Panic at all. I was quite shocking and surprised right there. But anyway, that's Panel Panic, and let's move on to the last minigame on here, which is Challenge Book Squirm. The pages of the book will try to close shut on you. Find a hole in a page to avoid getting flattened. So think of like the normal book squirm minigame from the minigame room, or the minigame mode I should say, from the 4-player minigames, except now this is more accurately the endless book squirm. So basically it's the fact that, well, as you can tell, the current record is currently right now is 5 pages, and then the more you're able to move on to the next few pages, then the more fast you will get. So expecting that we do need to concentrate a little bit harder, just because if you see those little opening holes right there, then it's your chance to able to go through them. So actually kind of think about it, I actually really enjoy Challenge Book Squirm a little bit more, just because it's actually kind of fun throughout. Especially noticeable because of how the fact that it's almost like a score-based version of Book Squirm, kind of think about it. So in this case though, it's the fact that this is actually really fun. So it looks like we've now went through 10 pages so far, and looks like Waluigi's out, so oh jeez, it gets ridiculously fast until later on. So in this case though, oh, both Mario and Luigi got flattened at the same time by that star-shaped hole. Oh jeez, okay. Ah, there's no way I can make it! But hey, at least I managed to went through 19 pages. The highest amount you can get up to is 99, which it is really impossible. Literally impossible to go there. Although I'm sure enough, there's actually a YouTube channel out there called Game Speedrunner. Basically, he did manage to make it through 99 pages, which is incredible. Which I gotta recommend it to that. So, anyway, so I did manage to win Challenge Book Squirm by 19 pages. So, yeah, that's actually kind of fun. And that was it by the forms of Thwomp's Backroom Ball. So yeah, there's only like 4 modes you can interact with. And again, in order to be able to unlock Challenge Book Squirm, because that's actually another one of those unlockable mini games, basically you get out to play through Book Squirm. So because of this though, yeah, there's not much else to write to home about. But before we leave, especially noticeable, there was actually this one last thing in this extra room. And that's what appears to be the Z Star. Or the Star, whatever you were to be more specific with this. If you talk to him, basically it actually gives you the special minigame called Beach Volley Frauley. This is 2-on-2 volleyball. Return the ball within 3 volleys. The first team to get 5 points wins. And conveniently enough, this minigame does make a comeback in Mario Party the Top 100, which it seems alright. But even then though, we'll dive right in, so just in case we can able to double check of what's in here. So at the moment we can only play battle mode. There's also free play, which unfortunately though, I still haven't unlocked that yet. Mainly due to the fact that, well, we'll discuss on that whenever we get into battle mode right here. So this is basically, it's like a tournament mode basically. And basically you're gonna have to choose not only your character, like I'm gonna pick Mario, and my computer player partner as Luigi on hard mode. And once you figure out the settings, then you go jump right in. And before that, you have to go through 6 rounds in order able to win this particular tournament. And let me just say this right now, I'm pretty much stuck at this minigame. It's nothing as a bad minigame or anything else like that, from it. Mainly it's because I'm used to with the latest version of this minigame on the top 100 version. Mainly it's because the controls in that game is actually kind of fluid. But for this particular minigame though in Mario Party 4, it just feels kind of feels a bit stiff to me though. But that's how it is for me. And of course, if you ever played Mario Party 5 before, technically this minigame will definitely make a comeback, but it does something a little bit more, well, new and different, to be more specifically with how the fact that the music will change in Mario Party 5, and also they'll added in some new items in the forms of that particular beach volleyball minigame, which, again, we'll talk more about that whenever we get onto Mario Party 5, during at some point, maybe until likely the rest of summer, so we could expect we can able to actually just to do that, So yeah, you probably get the idea about this minigame. Basically, all you have to do is basically you need to be the first team to able to get up to 5 points will be the winner. And as far as this is on a tournament mode, in this case battle mode, basically though, the beginning portion might not be so bad, but it wasn't until in later portions of the tournament that the actual several matches will get a little bit more aggressively difficult. Mainly with round 2 all the way up to round 6. But what's cool about this is the fact that not only that if you win a tournament in this particular battle mode, Beach Volley Frauley minigame, but also get this, is that you get able to actually access to not only free mode, but also you were able to play as other characters as well, which are Toad, Koopa Troopa, Boo, Shy Guy, Mini Bowser, and Bowser himself. So yeah, that was before. when Mario Party 5 was a thing, that Toad, Boo, and Mini Bowser will become fully playable in Mario Party 5, well, minus the story mode, which again, we'll talk more about that whenever we get onto Mario Party 5. And that was before when Mario Party 9 was a thing, where Koopa, Troopa, and Shy Guy will both become fully playable characters in Mario Party 9. And before Mario Party 10 and Super Mario Party, that Bowser would become playable. Well, to be more specifically, 2 modes in Mario Party 10, which is Bowser Party and Amiibo Party, and everything from the likes of Super Mario Party, so like all bunch of modes and everything. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm pretty much stuck at this minigame due to the forms of the ridiculous timing on this. So because of this though, yeah, I'm not too crazy with this, but it's there for the sake of the forms of you able to win this minigame. So yeah, it looks like I've been playing really badly right there, as you can see here. So this is on tournament mode, so you know what that means, since if you lose this minigame, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. And if you do manage to able to win the tournament, in addition to able to unlocking the 6 extra playable characters in free mode, but also get this, is that you do need to get a special present if you win the battle mode, which appears to be the birthday cake. And let me tell you, getting the birthday cake is not that easy, just because, again, several computer players might get a bit more aggressive when it gets to the later matches, and I still even can't beat it, just because, well, for my life, after 10 years or so, I can never seem to able to actually beat this, so oh well, it knows what it is, but I did try it anyway, so I guess we should probably be ending stuff at this point right here. So join me tomorrow for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 4. It will be the final video by showing off some extras, to be more specifically, the final battle minigame, option room, and the present room, and of course the credit sequence. So I'll see you guys until, well, tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Later, fellas.